Please enter the current time. I think I'm supposed to enter my favorite time this time. Ah, 12:18 a.m. Your favorite time of day. Yeah, kind of. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? Nah, it's not the correct time. After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 12:18 a.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 12? Let's go there. You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. This isn't China, is it? I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip up a couple new ones. Should be ready the next time you boot up the game. All right, so next time I put in the real time. Okay. I have no clue what direction I want to go with all this today. I had one thought.
Co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I had one thought, but I didn't prepare properly. I was thinking about plugging in a headset with a microphone to this PC and then doing that one ending where you need the voice activation to get through the door in the boss's office. What to do? What to do?
Oh, new content?
He ain't mad.
What does that mean, new content?
Can I close the door so I can go on this? I want to go on this set. Freaking door. Where am I going? It's kind of like a roller coaster. Hello?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Who dis?
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
I do know that.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Uh-huh.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
There is more track, though. Look, there's track right there. Can we not go back on this? Go for it? Okay, fine. What about... Okay, no, never mind that too.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Perhaps it is.
Is it broken?
I was just thinking the same
What's
thing.
going on here? Should we...
I was looking for a button.
Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Let's. Which door are we going to go out of? I feel like it's going to be this one. What?
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Wow, you got no patience, huh? New
All
content.
right.
The jump
All right,
circle.
let's see. It's the jump circle.
Mm-hmm. So step in, press A to jump. Ha! Ha! I'm jumping. Ooh, squat jump. Wow! That was a pathetic jump. What about if I can't jump? Wait, what is this connected to?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
The wire doesn't lead anywhere. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I want to jump more. And taking away my ability to jump after you handed it to me. Who cares? There was 36 times you could jump. All right, next.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there.
I'd rather you didn't.
Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Why does this look like a temple for Legend of Zelda? Just a random drop-off. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an
What do you
easy
mean,
dollar. And
rush?
don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Oh, wait, you're gonna cancel him?
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid.
It's all good.
It could never have lived up to such expectations.
You're right.
If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game?
Do we really have
We'll
to?
try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
What is it really about?
No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
That was an... Hello? All of my coworkers were gone. What could this mean? Hey, we recognize that. Mr. Narrator Man?
Psst! Stanley!
Yes?
Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something.
Is this something good? What's in the... Is someone living in the vent? That's a drop off. You had to have loading between that? Okay.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
We're not going to run into the xenomorph in these vents, are we? Dude. Where are we? Where are you taking me?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
If I could jump over this log, that'd be great. The memory zone. I'm trying to see if I can slip out anywhere. A basket, telephone, memory zone. Zone, sweet zone.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when
Nope.
the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Time. Indoors monthly. Shapes. Exclusive. Lenny Smith talks about his new box. Not new book, new box. Graphs. National Geographic. Cargo. Operator's manual. Your comprehensive resource for using the cargo lift. Stanley Parable Collector's Edition. Any Box Collector's Edition. 2014 Independent Games Festival Award. The Audience Award. British Academy of Film and Television Arts award to The Last of Us. I love it. Our First Kiss, My First Car, the release of the Stanley Parable. I had my first kiss long before 2013. And I had my first car just before 2013. Stanley Parable scripts. An alarm clock. Is that Sigmund Freud? Memory set. What? Buy on Steam. No, I wasn't using Steam at the time. In loving memory, is he trying to portray it like the Stanley Parable is dead? Why are they hiding behind the couch? It's $1. Trip down memory lane. Smile because it happened. Stanley Parable. Alpha test. The disc. Something special about this dollar? Begin demo. Stanley Parable demonstration. Wow. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. That's disappointing. Why have an achievement that you can't achieve? Sounds like real life. We play video games to get away from real life. British Academy of Film and Television Development nominee, British Academy Award, the Stanley Parable Game Innovation. March 12th, 2014. Debut game. And story. Okay. This is really laggy. New video game releasing today. They didn't put this actually in the New York Times, right? Creator is surprisingly down to earth. Rutgers goes from scandal to new crisis. Colleges show even uneven effort to enroll poor. Costs hindered new tack to achieve diversity. Business leaders pushing election of council allies. 50% off designer hat. But a small creature owns the other half. Okay, yeah, this is definitely fake. I wonder. All the news that fits to print. Today, sunny, hot, humid, high of 92. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, warm and humid, low 74. Tomorrow, sun and clouds, hot, humid, high of 90. Weather map, page A18. I don't read the New York Times, so I can't say how accurate that is as a newspaper. Stanley Parable deals tough choices from the Los Angeles Times. Hold on, where are the dates? June 7th and October 7th. Yeah, this is definitely fake. In 2013, it was a high of 92 on October 17th and a low of 75. It would not be a low of 74. Even if it got up to a high of 92 back in 2013, it would not be a low of 74. You lying to my face. Oh, yeah, that's where we died and the lady found us. What else is there? Piano. And love you, little Stanley. This better not be copyrighted music. Why can I not walk past flowers? What is this?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. No. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. No. And now, it's nothing.
Still the Stanley Parable.
It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Are you sure about that? No, I don't recognize. No, this is... That's Portal, isn't it? That's not this. These are this. They don't have a Portal level in here, do they? Minecraft. I remember there being a Minecraft level in the original. I don't know how to get to it, though. Original. Memory zone maintenance. How are you gonna have this door and then I can't open it? Man, I want to open it. So many pictures of the two doors. Buttons, person of the year. Is that Stanley and the woman that finds him going crazy in the street? Guessing this is development of it. The original remake. Blue and red door. Car. That's supposed to be like computer inception or something. Okay, is there really much of anything else?
A moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
No, if we got a 9 out of 10.
It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I feel like this would have made for a good last episode, but nope. I think next episode would be last. It's a serious... How am I supposed to get in there? I heard the door open, but... I can't get in there. I can't get in there.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
You don't?
What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
That's where I got
looked
this.
at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Probably not. That's why they're down here. Oh! Look at this one.
I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
Ooh.
Unfunny!
Unfunny!
Funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Yeah, I want to actually read the rest of that review. It's raining. Is everything okay around here? The memory section got really dreary pretty quickly. Ooh. Oh, you can't read it. Hey, comment. This review is flipped upside down, so it looks like it's thumbs down.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
A little.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me.
Why?
I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it, well...
It is thought-provoking only in the first minutes.
Maybe it was.
Shh, please.
Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Yeah.
Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Nah, people are always going to hate what you do. Even if you do something amazing. There's always going to be a hater. Oh, this review's in the water.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
That kind of is true.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Are you sure about that?
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it.
Okay.
It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on. Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Really?
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're Oh, Stanley, you're back.
What time is it now?
Back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how... Oh, hello. It's you.
Yep.
You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year?
There's no door. Did he die or leave? That smoke detector? Where is it smoking?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their...
I'd step in the button if there was a door.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
He's broken.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never...
It's like every other time he pops up. Whoa. What the heck happened? Hey, it's nice out again. Is there some way I can get out of here? Narrator? Hello? Oh my gosh. He definitely isn't alive anymore. Not if there's the amount of time where this vegetation can grow. Oh. I think things got worse. Now I think there's probably a xenomorph looking for me. Someone just got killed by a xenomorph. Where am I? When am I? Does the button still work? I think it's busted. I think we're all on our own in this wasteland. This is just the land of eroded memories. We're back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
He's back.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I mean,
Oh, good.
There's a
You
neon
noticed
sign
my
out.
sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
all right. Show me then, Mr. Narrator Man. There's still a set of tracks going that way. Okay, fine. I'll get back on the elevator that you complained about yourself.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable.
After all
and
those
about
centuries.
how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Investor Showcase. Taste the sequel. Or don't. 2 TVA. Toi, deux. Okay, yeah. I'm not bothering with all the different languages.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
This is definitely an updated office. I can say that much. They're back. 2 doors. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Boring charts of this. Boring section of the chart. Cool red section of the chart. New hotness. Old busted. I see what you're saying. More TSP. Better TSP. Oh, Stanley Parable. Win-win. Sequential mind share, paradigm shift, synergy, brick and mortar approach, envelope client centric market, color red, leverage holistic value. So looks like you're playing with the different fonts. Honestly, I do like this one the best. Left brain, red brain. It's the fern! What? We still haven't done anything with the fern yet. 2 Stanleys. Still only 1 computer. I don't think I could deal with another Stanley.
To be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for
2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 arms, 2
if I can
legs.
loosely organize a handful of
Who
interesting
took the red marker?
concepts,
Me.
but surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
To the Stanley Parable 2 is sequel to the Stanley Parable. Okay. No. I don't want to keep reading that. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, City. Divinity Origins, Original Sin 2, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Return to Jafar, Dark Souls 2. Aladdin 2? What a reference. Don't talk to me before I've had my sequel. This looks like the ravings of a madman. This way to the show floor. Can we go this way at all? Why is it so dark? New features. There's a bus? Wait, how can I want to watch this. Okay, I guess we don't watch it. He says there's so much new content. There's a lot of new area, but where the content? Who farted?
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Hear your name in the game. I'd be very surprised
For the
if
Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Bro Matt to the perfect button. Try here. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Name. Hear yours today. I have this great feeling that it's definitely not going to be my name. It's going to be like the one person just like, John. Just like, how they know my name was John? My name is not John, by the way.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand.
I've done it
impact
before
of
with
this
my
button.
grandmother with dementia. I
Otherwise,
don't
it's
need to
just
do it
a
again.
stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here.
Okay.
I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
There's no way you worked hard on a button that just says Jim. Yeah, I wasn't lying. My grandmother, back when she was alive, had dementia. Confused me for her nephew, Jim.
Maybe I'll only
Here's
let
part of the
people
dementia.
named Jim play the Stanley Parable too. They would appreciate what I've created here.
They might. A whole new office. That is some gaudy looking carpet. Please no screenshots. Red is the new orange. Let's see. Jump circle, the infinite hole. Ooh, where do we go to next? Please no screenshots. How would they know?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons.
We do a screenshot
But
on
I'm
PC.
undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Wait, he was asking me a serious question? How'd I answer? What am I supposed to do? Troll print scan key? The heck is that key? Oh, I see it. Let's go. That didn't work. Oh, here! Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get well someday it is.
Why'd you even bother asking then? On to the next room.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with...
Nah, it's too late now.
No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Free new and easy achievement. It can't be that simple. It just works. Free achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Get yours right now.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see,
We gotta go to a
you'll come
loading
this
dock for
lever,
it?
and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
So there's no point in being over here. Okay, what a waste of time. Can I hop in the back of this truck and be kidnapped somewhere? Oh, it's just a dark corner. So literally he's just showing us things that are ideas that would not actually be a thing.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Let's see. Here's a jump circle, but I don't have any jumps
You know
left.
what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Man. I wanted to jump with collectibles. There's probably going to be nothing to collect. Watch. That's creepy. Collect them all. What is this, Pokemon?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable...
Is that it? Nothing else.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Well, you don't like the rewards? Oh, you are here. 5. Jump circled. This map. Free achievement. Doesn't work. The button that says the name of the player playing the game. Failure. Merch. Setting world champion. The Stanley Parable reassurance bucket. Office decorations. Epilogue. Collections. Infinite hole. Exit. I need to see everything before we exit. Including the infinite hole. What's up here?
Oh, goodness, Stanley, this is fairly awkward.
What?
I hate to do this, but before you leave,
Oh, this
you
is the
really
exit?
should go to the bucket exhibit. You see, there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves the bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay? All
Okay,
right,
I'm going
I'll
to the
get out
bucket.
of your hair now.
All right, back in the original room. Where's this bucket? What's in here? Epilogue. Not yet. Not yet. Ooh, the merch store. I saw the new content. This t-shirt is the best new feature. Never. The end is never. The end again. Eh. Where's the bucket at? Reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And
I heard the
to be
cuts in that
honest,
speech.
it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it?
No.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I can leave now that I have my bucket. Cool.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I think I'm gonna go to the epilogue. Take my little bucket there. This is a very interesting layout. Settings World Champion. And you're not gonna let me in it. Okay. I guess we'll go to the infinite hole. We're already in here. Infinite hole this way? Hole like infinity. Time like infinity. Distant future, distant past, distant space-time, distant space-time. Falling. Space like infinity. Deeper time. Okay. It just keeps going. Wait, is this... No, that's just a wall with light coming out of it.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like.
Reminds me of the
Stunning
skip
leap
button.
forward for video games as a medium.
Can I throw my bucket down here? Do you want me to go down the infinite hole? Okay. Me and my bucket will fall.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I'm gonna keep falling.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
I bet you do.
Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I want to take my time. I'm drinking tea right now. Hope you don't mind.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Oh,
I survived!
well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley.
Well,
I'm a
cigarette
liar
butts.
and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
No.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
I didn't say a
Why
word.
don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Nah.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Wonder if he's gonna start talking again. No, I'll stay here for a minute. And if nothing happens, I'll just skip to pressing the button. Alright, nothing happened. Let's go back up. Did it freeze? No, my controller just isn't working.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
There you go. Now my controller's working again. And what else does he have to show us? Maybe the record thing? I'll try that one more time, and if it doesn't work, then I'm just gonna go to the exit. Okay, yeah, no, let's go to the exit. Unless he tells us that we have to go somewhere yet again. We've been there, we've been there. We've seen the collectibles, the infinite hole. The epilogue is just a back room. Office decorations, I don't really care. We had the frickin' bucket. Yeah. I think we're done here. You pulled me leaving now, right, Mr. Narrator Man? Yeah, it doesn't look like you're stopping me. Oh, what's happening here?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly
huge.
clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
You can take the bucket first.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Can I go down there and get that trophy?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Hold on, I only saw 2 trophies. I want to find the others.
This is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
You needed to use the different balloons.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own.
True.
They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it.
Maybe that's
I
what.
can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
In the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm gonna let this run.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was
The balloons are everywhere.
number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket.
Hold on. I gotta look for the statues. The collectibles. Gotta be around here, right? I mean, I've had the bucket.
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek.
Ew, no.
Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Oh, can I open up? No. No collectibles around here. Already confirmed no collectibles in this room either.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. I'll follow what he says for now. So far, there's nothing different.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's
it's warm.
office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
It's where the bucket
broom
belongs.
closet. It wants the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
They can have it.
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies.
I agree.
Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons.
Because it has an ending.
Worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner?
I can't
Well,
disagree with that one.
never.
I can't disagree with that last one, though.
Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Me and this bucket went around the convention together for the second game that we're now apparently in.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Yeah. Now this is officially my property.
All right. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
The fact that he keeps... Where did this sticker come from? Second bathroom.
You found one of them.
Yes!
One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
And it is
You can't
done
buy
well.
that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I
What?
implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay, well, Bucket, let's go try to find more collectibles. Let's say, can I close that door? Alright, I guess we gotta go into the boss's office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
What?
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yes. The bucket. Collectible!
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
I don't really need a Stanlerine. Alright, down we go, bucket.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Let's go, bucket.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Alright, bucket. Let's
The
turn it
lights
on.
rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
There's only one way to find out, Mr. Bucket. I'm gonna name the bucket Charlie.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
I would never jump.
Everyone in the
Drop
office
Stanley.
was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Charlie!
The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
It's okay, Charlie. Charlie the bucket.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
What you mean feeble?
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't
He
accept
screamed into
his
it.
own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yeah. Off. As long as the bucket's here.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Is it over, Charlie?
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
Huh?
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
Huh?
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
What's going on,
Until
Charlie?
finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
I know what. What are we about to find out?
So I wrote it in the rhyme. The Reverend Doctor got an 8K, wet working. The roaches get the race spray. My weak rhyme, my body, your best verses on game day. I touch the crowns of self-entitled kings. You leave the heat like LeBron when I melt your idols' vital things. This is Malcolm and Martin, Million Man March in Sparta, mixed with a legion of angels surrounding sons and daughters. Simon Peter with a desert eagle, waving it at